What up, fam? It's your girl Nick. Before I get started with this video, y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get a notification when I upload on my channel. Those of y'all who have been watching my adoption story, I asked y'all to send in questions so I could do a Q&A about my biological father, because a lot of y'all had questions that I just didn't answer in my last couple of videos. So I made a list of all the questions that you guys sent me, and I'm gonna answer them today. But before I get into that, man, there's something I really wanted to thank those of y'all out there who are taking my name change into consideration and actually have switched from using Pooks and now they're calling me Nick. I really appreciate that, guys, because I did not change my name like for no reason. I do appreciate being called Nick, and when y'all do call me Nick, it shows me that y'all are actually listening and y'all care, y'all respect it, you respect my decision, and it just shows me that y'all listen, you know. And I just wanted to thank you guys for that because I appreciate it like no other. You have no idea. Like, it's not that I hate the name Pooks, but I'd rather not be called Pooks anymore. And I know I have a channel called Pooks and Les with Leslie, and I'm gonna leave it that way for the sake of branding and what we've already done with that channel. But those of y'all even on the channel, y'all call me Nick, and when I respond to the comments I put Nick. I don't really say Pooks. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I really truly appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. But enough with that mushy stuff. Let's get into this Q&A. And these questions are from everybody in no particular order. I got them here on my cell phone. And the first question: does he actually want you in his life? Yes, my biological father does want me in his life. And the reason I feel like he does, one is because he told me. Two is because he has contacted me many times after the first time we met. So he sent me music, he's called to check on me, and just different things that he is showing, you know, appreciation and at least trying, which in my eyes that's a step forward, because not having a child in your life and for 29 years, no telling how he feels or whatnot. But yeah, it's going, it's moving slowly but surely. But yes, he does want me in his life, and so far it's cool. Next question: how did it go when you were with him? I mean, when I was with him, it was real cool. We sat down, we had breakfast. There was no times at the table where there was like an awkward silence or anything like that, but for the most part I got to see actually himself in me, and I thought that was really cool because I've never seen that before, you know. I've never really had someone to compare myself to, and even though at the end of the day we're our own individuals, we still take traits of our biological parents or anyone in our family. So I actually like could see myself in him and actually see where our traits were similar. Like, we're both jokesters, we like to laugh and like goof around, and he is also a spiritual person, which I'm more spiritual than religious. So definitely I saw that in myself, so we clicked. Actually, it was real cool for what it was. I mean, I've only had breakfast with him one time, but that one time there was good vibes. There was no like hard feelings. He didn't say anything to offend me, and we just, you know, sat and got to know each other. There's not that much that we have been able to talk about yet because it's so fresh and we've only got together one time. But since then he has called me to check on me, to tell me he loves me. He's actually sent me text messages, sent me music that he likes to listen to, you know. So he's trying to get to know me. It is kind of hard because I have my dad, my adopted father, who is my dad, you know. He raised me, that's my dad. And like trying to balance the two is like a little weird for me right now, because I've always had my dad, you know, and now I have another, you know, who's my biological, and he's trying to get to know me too. And it's cool. It's just hard for me to open up to him but I am willing to try and do that because I see that he's willing to try and do that. And to me, it takes two to tango. So I'm meeting him halfway, and he's doing the same. So far, so good, is what I could say. I mean, like I said, we haven't talked that much, but it's starting to maybe become a relationship, something like that. We'll see. What were his first words, and did he hug you? Actually, yeah, he did hug me. So when I first met him for the very first time, we were in line. I won't tell y'all where, but we were in line, and I was standing next to my mom, and my mom flagged him over, and he didn't know that he was standing next to me. And my mom was like, well, this is Celeste, my real name. If y'all don't, that's my government name. Y'all don't tell nobody, okay? So she was like, that's Celeste. And he was like, oh my God. And he gave me a big hug, a kiss on the cheek, and he took me by the hand, and he took me to go sit down. He was like, you're mine now, you know, and he ran off with me, like, just joking. And we sat down, we talked, and his first words to me were, so how's life been? Did you finish school? And I was like, off top, like, no, didn't finish school. Went in a different direction. Went dream chasing, you know. And I realized early on that I didn't need school for what I'm doing. I figured I would hit the ground running, which I did, and so far so great. I'm not in no student loan debt, none of that. But in my eyes, for where I'm at, like, I think I'm doing okay. And that's what I was just explaining to him, like, no, I didn't go to school or whatnot. And he didn't knock me for it. He was just asking, you know. I do have another brother who is in school. He's a year or two older than me, and his name is Nick, coincidentally. I thought that was pretty interesting too, so just a fun fact for you. Alright, how does he feel about you being gay? Actually, I asked him, I said, hey, have you seen my fiance? Did mom tell you about my fiance? And he was like, no, she didn't tell me anything. And I was like, okay, well, this is my fiance. And I showed a picture of Leslie. And he was like, hey, I don't judge you. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. You do what you want. You're an individual. Like, he was really, really open-minded. And I just feel like super blessed because I don't feel like I have to come out the closet to anyone because I'm grown, one. Two, I'm grown, and three, I'm grown. No, I'm slaying. But seriously, like, it's a pain to have to come out to different people just to be who you are. And I don't feel like I owe anyone an explanation for who I am. That's how you should feel too, by the way. You're living your life to its fullest, so you shouldn't really have to, like, who you sleep with isn't really anyone's business but yours. So that's my perspective on it. So even if he didn't accept me, I wouldn't be like hurt about it. It would just be what it was. That would be his way of thinking and his perspective, and I wouldn't judge him for that. It wouldn't be personal. But he did accept me for who I am, so that's one thing I didn't have to worry about, you know. Did he ask how your life was growing up? Actually, he did not ask me that question. He didn't really go that route. And it might be because he just wants to start fresh and know now. I'm not sure. I didn't really ask him that kind of question, you know. And like I said, the time that we've had, like, how I was like growing up, that's a whole 29 years worth of stories, you know. So we have a lot of time to do that. And I'm not sure if he's going to ask me that question, you know. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, oh well. But he did not ask me that question. Does he plan on being in my life now? Yeah, it's kind of like the first question. He does want to be in my life. He wants to get to know me, you know. He feels that I'm his daughter and that he should know me, and it doesn't matter, you know, how long it's been. He wants to do his best too, and so far he's proven that he does want and he's interested in getting to know who I am. So I'm gonna allow it to happen, you know. So far I haven't had any issues, so if he wants to be in my life, that's fine. He actually did send me a text and he apologized for the walking down the aisle comment, which I thought that was really nice of him to apologize, because I wasn't offended or anything, and I don't want him to think that. It's just that it kind of put me in a stuck place. Like I said, I wasn't stuck because I already know, like, my adopted father is gonna be the one to, if I was to walk down the aisle. But to be honest, I wasn't even gonna be the one walking down the aisle. It would have been Leslie. But you know, he apologized, and to me that was big on his part. Like, he let me know that he didn't want to, like, step on anybody's toes. He didn't want to, like, disrespect me or anyone else. So I really appreciated that for him for doing that. Like, it kind of blew my mind that he even did that on his own and I didn't have to say anything. So I was like, man, that's pretty dope. Did you harbor any anger or resentment towards your father for being absent? You know, that's one thing that people ask me all the time is, like, are you mad at him? Are you mad at your biological parents for not being there? And honestly, I'm not. I didn't harbor any negative emotion towards him. I just didn't. And the main reason is because I had a father. I have a father. I wasn't missing that, you know. And I think, like, even if I didn't have a father, and let's say I just had my mother, I still wouldn't feel mad at someone for the decision that they made. At least in my mindset now. I don't know how I would feel like in the past. Probably I would be an ass about it, or, you know, like, hold grudges and stuff like that. But at the point that I'm at right now in life, like, people are allowed to make their own decisions, and I feel like people are in your lives for a reason at that point in time for a reason. Like, I don't feel like people come into our lives on accident. So if God kept us apart for that long, like, who am I to, you know, be mad about that? You know, I'm just a kind of like a go with the flow type of person. Like, if he was in my life, cool. If he doesn't want to be in my life, cool. But at the end of the day, like I'm an individual, and I don't have to have him there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get love from myself. I get love from my adopted dad, my adopted mother, my mom, you know, Leslie's mom, DZ, just people in my life that show me unconditional love on a regular. Like, I wasn't lacking, you know. So because I wasn't lacking, I don't think I would have any hard feelings. And I'm a strong believer in allowing people to make their own decisions. I'm not gonna hold them against for not being there. I mean, my father has 8 kids in total, guys. I don't know if I told y'all that, but there's 8 of us, and 3 of us are biological, same mom, same dad. The rest of us are my half siblings. So yeah, I mean, he's a Casanova, a Rolling Stone, whatever you want to call it. I ain't mad at the man. Like, I had a father in my life, and I still do. So, you know, now I'm just making room in my life for 2 dads. I'm excited. It's a new beginning for me. I'm just gonna go with the flow. Like, nothing's, like, I can't get my feelings hurt, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna allow him to be the person that he is, and that's who I want to get to know, is who he is. I don't want to judge him for his past. I just want to live in the now, you know? I just want to start fresh from here and go from there. So I think it's a great new beginning for me and him, and, you know, I'm just gonna continue to get to know him. But yeah, so I hope that answers all y'all's questions. There was only about 7 questions sent to me, but if y'all have any other questions that I did not answer, leave them in the comments below, and I'll make a Q&A part 2 for you guys. Thank you guys again for always tuning in, always subscribing. We are at 1,200 subscribers right now here on Nah It's Nick, and it's only gonna get better from there. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get notification when I upload on my channel. I'm already in my pajamas, so don't judge me. I'm about to lay it down, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I'm living life and it's good. I'm doing every single thing as I should. I still put in work, nothing less than I would. You can never knock me off. I know you